Hey everybody. All right, decided to put a new video out. Basically, I want to know if everyone has heard my last video and what your opinions are on what that sound is. I found a couple things that come, one thing for sure that comes really, really close. And I don't know if I want to give it up here. I still want your opinions on what you think that sound could be. I was amazed when somebody sent me some links on or some suggestions on what that sound could be, and I went to YouTube and looked up some videos, and there's one that's really, really close. I guess I can go ahead and put it in here. I like to do a screen capture from YouTube and let you hear something that's really close, and I'll just go ahead and tell you what it is. It's a bull alligator, and to me, it's very, very close to the sound that's on that video. I had a buddy, Jerry, who said that that's what he thought it could be. And I went and listened and researched a little. And boy, I tell you what, it is really, really close. On some things, it's very close. Now, that bull alligator, you can hear him inhaling, so he isn't able to go on with the long, low frequency growl for an extended period of time. But because of the audio in the video, that may actually be what you can't hear it inhale. I don't know. It almost sounds like one long growl, but it's crazy that it's really close. The trouble is, this thing is over a mile from any big water, other than a small creek, and I just don't know. I don't know if an alligator could actually come up that small creek so far from a big body of water and make it up that hill to where the house is. But I mean, I'm sure they could. I just don't know if it's something that they would regularly do. And this thing was doing this, if not every night, 2 or 3 nights a week for a couple of months. So could it have taken up residence in a deep hole in that creek? I don't know, but the growl is definitely creepy. Y'all keep doing research on it. If you find something, just put it in the comments. I'll listen to whatever. I'm still open for ideas. My project today is going to be this. I guess it's a kit gun, but see, such is my life that this is how I get things brought to me. Yeah, that says gun parts, and there's a whole lot of little springs and and screws and things like that in here. And he was telling me what the problem is, and what the problem, according to what he said, the cylinder wasn't rotating. Well, I looked at all the parts in here, and everything, I don't see anything that stands out as broken. So maybe a timing issue. Maybe somebody loaded it a little hot and stretched the frame. There's not a lot of end shake on this thing. So I don't suspect that that's going to be the problem. But I'm going to have to put it all back together just to see what the malfunction is, and then obviously take it back apart. But I will, if I think it's going to be a suitable video, I'll go ahead and upload it. If not, I guess you'll see it when I got it back together and it's working. It may just be as simple as putting all the parts back in and finding out that it works just fine. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Well, I got this thing back together, did a little adjusting. It was a wee bit out of time. I suspect that somebody replaced a part, and probably the pawl, because that's what I did a little metal removal on, and it allows the cylinder stop or the bolt to get out of the way before the pawl started trying to turn the cylinder. So I suspect what somebody did is bought a replacement pawl, like from Paul and Spring from Dixie Gun Works, or Hand. They're sometimes called a Hand. And just thought you could drop it right in there, and you can't. These old revolvers have to be timed, and very little removal to do, but that fixed it right up. It locks up good and tight now. When you get ready to bring it back to full cock, there the cylinder should be locked, and of course that click should free it up. That's what you load it. It dawned on me that I left the loading lever at home, so I'll have to get the loading lever and put it back on. But yeah, I think we got this thing fixed, and really wasn't anything to see. I took the parts out of the box, and I think they were all there, and took the parts out of the box, cleaned them up because they were really filthy, put it back together, saw what was going on, took the hand out, and just did just a little bit of removal, actually on a knife sharpener, you know, real, I say real fine grit. I used the roughest it had, which was a 200, and just took some of that tiniest bit of metal off that top of that hand, and that got it timed in really good. So we're going to leave it there, and we're going to call that a done job. And I'll go home, put the loading lever back on it, and this thing should be ready to go. Like I said, go back to that last video I did. Leave some comments on what you think that beast is. Give a listen to the mating call of the bull alligator and see what you think. They got this rumble and roar that they do, and it sounds a lot like it, but like I say, this thing is over a mile from big water, but it is big water. It's Reelfoot Lake. So if that thing could have come up that creek and climbed that hill to get the remains of those fish that were cleaned, and made a steady track of it, you know, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I just doubt an alligator would walk a mile, because they have finally admitted that we do have alligators here. I don't know of any that have been seen around here. I know there was one in the Hickman Bottom some years ago, but they suspected that was a pet that somebody had put out because they had gotten too big. But you know how that stuff goes. I generally don't buy those stories. I just think it's a Wildlife Resources Agency making up a story so people don't get torn up. It's like when, before they finally admitted that we had cougars here, they would say, well, there may be one passing through, or, something like that. I don't buy that. I think if you know anything about me, you know that I think the government makes a habit of lying to us. We haven't been told the truth about so many things in years, and I just think that if they're willing to admit that they're out there, they've been out there a long time, and they know people are going to start seeing them regularly. So, but still, for that thing to come up that creek over a mile away and then climb a hill, because it smells where somebody's been cleaning fish and throwing fish heads and stuff. I don't know, maybe. Let me know what you think. Appreciate you watching. Thank you.